Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So today I'm sitting here in Bryant Park, and I'm here because it clears my head to be here. I kind of struggled if I was gonna do a video about this or not, and what I came to determine was if my struggle helps one person, it's worth talking about it, even though it's not like a happy-go-lucky kind of a thing. And it's also not an end of the world kind of a thing either. But I had a challenging day yesterday. I had a very challenging day yesterday, and it's helpful for me to talk about it, and if it's helpful for me to talk about it, it might be helpful for somebody else to hear it. So this may come as a surprise. I have a tremendous amount of social anxiety. Doing this is easy. Talking to a camera to me is easy. But if I'm in a setting with a lot of people, like a big party, it's very, very challenging for me. I've learned over the years, like, ways of dealing with it and ways of sort of like making it through that setting, right? Like, I try to find out if I know somebody ahead of time, try to find out if I have a quote-unquote safe person. And what I mean by having a safe person is somebody that they might be an extrovert, they might just be somebody that I know a little bit more personally, they might be somebody who I know has common interests with me, that like I know I'll be able to like talk to them about something that like is easy for me to talk about, like someone who likes Star Trek or comics or like things like that. I also do well if I quote-unquote have a prop, and a prop could be a physical prop or it could be like an intangible prop. And what I mean by that is, like, if I'm like facilitating something and I have an agenda, I have no problem doing that. I can facilitate because I have not a script, but it's like I have this point of reference to go back to. I'm not relying on small talk. When I have to rely on small talk, that is when things go sideways. It does not work well for me. I don't understand the nuance of it, and I feel insanely awkward by it. And then I start overthinking things, and then I start overthinking things that I say, and like, did I say the right thing? Did I embarrass myself? But it's not just overthinking it in the moment. Like, the overthinking extends after the fact. So I have to put all of these like mental preparations in place that I'm going to be coping with all of this stuff, and it's emotionally exhausting for me to do that. There's a lot of like internal work that I have to do to be able to say, okay, I'm going to this group event, I know I'm gonna have to interact with X, Y, and Z people, and sort of having to prepare ahead of time takes a lot of energy. So yesterday I had to go to an event. I was there for 2 hours, just 2 hours, right? And you would think like, oh, Mercury, it's just 2 hours. It's not a big deal, you go, you have a drink, you have a nibble, whatever. Well, number one, I can't have a nibble because most of the time there's no food that I can eat. So that's like another added level of awkward, where it's like everyone else is eating and they're like, here, have a thing, try this thing, it's delicious. And then you're like, I can't eat that. And you're like, what about this? And like, I can't eat that. So it's like this extra level of like feeling othered, feeling outside, and it makes it that much harder. So I went to this event, and I did the things that helped me feel safe and helped me get through the event, and the event itself was fine. Nothing went horribly wrong. There was nothing nothing standoutish about it. But when I left, I just wanted to curl in a ball and cry. And nothing happened. Like, there was no bad incident that happened, but the release of it was over, and I could let my guard down, and I could let those preparations that I had put in place fall. I just wanted to fall apart. I had the longest, most uncomfortable train ride home, trying to contain that so I wasn't like crying hysterically on a train in public, because it's like, yeah, I didn't want to do that either. So it's just like, it was a really hard day yesterday. It was really hard. And what makes it even harder is that it feels silly. It feels silly. Like, I had this kind of reaction because I was in a large group of people. That's it. That was all it took. And I had a reaction that kind of debilitated me for a few hours. Like, it was rough. And it feels embarrassing to me that my body reacts in that way and that I go through that. And like, I don't have control over that. Like, that's just my actual physical, emotional reaction to these kind of situations. It's tough. It's tough. You know, and like, I know why it happens. I know what it stems out of, you know, childhood nonsense that, you know, that I'm not going to get into right now. But, you know, I have an awareness of it. But that doesn't change the reaction, doesn't change the preparations, and doesn't change all these things that I have to do to navigate these kind of events. So it's hard and it's embarrassing, and it feels, you know, I like on the outside, like you know, but I don't know, and I don't really know what the answer is, and I don't know better ways of coping with it. I know what I do is enough to get me through those moments, but when I release afterward, it's like I need to plan to have downtime afterward to like recover just from socializing. Sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it's not ridiculous. This is my reality. This is one of my struggles. And, you know, I try not to talk so much about my struggles on here, and I try and keep it lighthearted and fun and all the things that I enjoy doing. But I'm human. I am a human being, and human beings have struggles. And, you know, I also want to be transparent that I have these struggles. And if I have these struggles, chances are there's somebody else out there that has these struggles too. And sometimes just hearing it and just talking about it can be validating. And even if this isn't your struggle, just know everybody's got some kind of struggle. That's something they're dealing with. And, you know, not everyone will understand it, but if it impacts you, it's valid. It's valid. So that is why I'm eating lunch in the park today, because it is good for my mental health. Because even though, you know, I'm a day out of this, I am still feeling the impacts of this. I'm still kind of emotionally recovering from all the work I had to put in place leading up to. So I'm here. You know, and I'll be okay. And this will happen again, and there'll be other events in the future, and I'll have to keep navigating all this stuff. But I'll do it. I'll figure it out. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. But I'm gonna just relax the rest of my lunch break, enjoy the sun. Look at this day. It's a glorious day out. So I'm gonna sit and enjoy this, and I will see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.